Hey, South Carolina's Math and History, and we are gonna prove and poof in geometry. So, when you learn about geometry, you are definitely gonna learn about not only shapes and objects, but you're also gonna prove and back up your information. Because even though you get the right answer, your math teacher will be like, but how did you get to that answer? Can you show me and prove it how you got that answer? Well, this video, we are definitely gonna do that. And right here looks like it's the first one. So there are three things to look for when you prove something. There is a statement, what is given, what you have to prove to get to your answer, and a diagram. So let's look at the statement. If two angles are right, then they are congruent. So if two angles are rightly right, then they are congruent. What's given to us is that angle A, which is this thingy right here, and angle B, which is this thingy right there, they're both right angles. And we have to prove how angle A and angle B are both the same or both congruent. What we can do is proving something is sort of like teaching mathematics to a class or a friend, because in this case scenario, what's missing is how did you get that answer? We can use a two-column proof to help us out. So the first part of the column is going to be called the statement. This is what you state, and what can give you backup is called a reason. Like, how did you come up with that statement? So here is a really good idea for a statement. We can say that angle A and angle B are right angles, which means it kind of gave it away because it was in our given phase. So technically, where we got that idea from, our reason is it was literally given to us. Another thing we can say that if you understand what a right angle is, then we can rightly say that angle A is 90 degrees. Angle A is 90 degrees. And we can definitely say that with the definition. So, to define a 90-degree angle, you can say that is correctly right. Not only that, if A and B are both right, we could also say that angle B is a right angle, or 90 degrees. And that also goes with definition. So when we understand that A and B are both 90 degrees, then if 90 equals 90, now we can get to our end phase. We can now say that angle A and is going to be congruent with angle B, because we realize that these can be congruent, so now we can say that. And that is going to mean, with congruency, the angles have the same measurement. It's going to have the same measurement. The letter M is for measurement. So, what we just did is we just did our very first proof. What we did is we got from our given phase and we proved how we understand that angle A is congruent to angle B. And
Nice try. Your act's over, but
You may win this time. Shia Kazing! Well, this stinks.
poof! We have done it! We have proved and proved that angle A is congruent with angle B. Let's do a more challenging thing. Okay, so here is a challenge. If two angles are straight, then they must be congruent. So what's given to us is two angles are straight. Here's the diagram. We're going to use letters N and T to represent the lines. And we have to prove that both N and T are congruent. Both angles are congruent. So we have to make a statement. On the other side, we have to give a reason. So let's start with a statement. Usually with a statement, we are going to get something that's given to us. So we're going to say that angle N and angle T are straight. That can tell us that it was given to us. The information is literally right here. The next thing we can understand is that when you have straight angles, they are 180 degrees. So we can say that angle N and angle T are 180 degrees. We can say 180 here and 180 right there. And we can say it was our definition of a straight angle. So if that's our definition, if we're trying to prove that they're both congruent and they're both the same, if they are both straight angles and they're both 180 degrees, and 180 degrees is equal to 180 degrees, then we can get to our proof. Proof and proof. We can now say that angle N is going to be congruent to angle T. And that is going to be the same thing. The congruency with the two angles that are measured the same. So we now prove this one. But the third one we're going to show you is going to actually deal and it's going to relate to this proof and that proof. Because when you're taking a math quiz or a math assignment and you see a much more complex proof, you are allowed to actually use the proofs from the past and put those proofs in those proofs so you can get to your answer more efficiently and more faster. When something is proven, you don't have to reprove it again, because that will take way too long. And you'll probably get the same answer.
Is it not obvious? Is it really that obvious? I have proof that the defendant didn't hide himself in that bag.
Well then, what are you waiting for? Present this evidence already.
Take that!
What is this?
It's evidence.
And how exactly does this prove anything?
Well, I was just kidding. Let me try.
This is no time for jokes. I see no reason to further prolong this trial. I find the defendant, Henry Stickmin,